What's going on, PD2 community? I'm just going to be showcasing my brand bow Summonmancer build. So it's going to be a hybrid where you yourself are shooting lots of auto attacks and stuff in the downtime, and also summoning lots of stuff. Have a big army with you. So I'm just going to go over my gear first, then we're going to go into skills and go over into my Merc Gear, and then I'll show off a map. So, starters, obviously got the brand. Comes with ignore target defense is one of the big things here, and obviously proccing the Bonespears, which is the biggest part of this build. Got the Giant Skull for chance to pierce, which is really big because you want the pierce on your auto attacks so that you proc more Bonespears. It also comes with the Call Res and stuff like that I sock it with. I got the Metal Grid with, has good attack rating, has the Iron Golem, Golem Mastery, all res, and things like that. I use this as my main thing just because I want to boost my attack rating a bit, and I try to save a point with the Iron Golem. My arrows are Ice, Pierce, ED, Crushing Blow, and Open Wounds. Basically, I've noticed as well, I'm trying to stack as much Open Wounds and Crushing Blow as possible, just because your auto attacks don't do too much damage. Like, you really don't do a lot of damage when you auto attack, and it's mostly like you're trying to get the best out of it. So on top of proccing Bonespears, at least I have Open Wounds and Crushing Blow to like add a little, extra in there. At least that was my goal with the build. I used Marowaks got some All-Res Slam on that. I got a Stone of Jordan with the attack rating slam. I did this myself. Not the best slam, but I guess it works out because I need attack rating. Got the Nosferatu's Coil with more Pierce, and I got the Wisp Projector for Heart of the Wolverine. And then I got Drax with dual life and mana after each kill with some more Open Wounds and good stats like that. Then I got my pre-buff stuff, which is going to be an Arax, Grave Palms, Shake Go, Summoning Ami, and Arm King Lorak. And then I also got the Called Arms, as you can see, with Martyrdom, with the extra skills in there as well, so buff it up as much as possible. I could min-max this, I guess, a little bit more, but I'm not rich, so it is what it is. Show off the stats here. I guess I should do that when I actually have my better gear on. I'll do that actually after, but we'll show off the Merc Gear instead. Oh, I forgot to say, my chest piece, which is Innocence, which is kind of like the, pinnacle thing with this build, because when you TP into packs, your Innocence procs with your Blade Shield, which procs all your Bonespears with your brand, so then you kind of like shoot them all out and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like the reason why this build even works, sort of. So I guess I should talk about that. Outside that, my Merc Gear is going to be the same thing. He's also rocking Innocence, and the reason because of that is so I can rock an Exile, because he will proc Decrepify when I TP into packs, which is really good for keeping you safe, plus the Defiance Aura for all the summons and yourself. Really good, it's just really strong. I chose to go with the Delirium. You can go with Howl Tusk to do Taunt, because making it a little tanky. I like the plus skills. I like to make my guy a little more interesting, I guess. I don't know. I just chose to do it because I like the Confuse as well. I like the dual chance to cast, being a little safer. And people will say, at least in the Necro chat when I was theorycrafting this build, they said Howl Tusk is better when you TP into packs because it makes you safer in the immediate area, but I found my issue came from ranged minions, so I feel like the Confuse and the Decrepify will shoot out at farther range minions rather than the stuff that's close to you, which is what I found I had more issues with. So I guess it depends on what kind of mobs you're having struggle with, but at least for me, I noticed it was the ranged minions that were the things that were killing me and not the melee. So this is why I chose to go with the extra chance to curse something far away. I got Beast for the Fanaticism Aura for all the summons and myself. It allows me to hit my final breakpoint with my 20% here and 20% there, plus the Fanaticism hits my final breakpoint for attack speed, brand. Then I got the Lava Gouts, pretty much just for the Enchant Fire on striking. Again, procs with this, it's just nice, a little extra AR and stuff like that. And then I got Arax F on him, so he's a nice boy. He's a cold merc, by the way. On the Golem, I have a Mage Slayer and Eth1, that's why he looks all cool. Got the style points there. That's going to give me Conqueror level 6, which again is just a little more attack rating and a little more damage for everything, including myself. So, that being said, we're going to go into skills. Skills, we'll start with the summons. So you can notice everything is at 49, 49, 49 here. It will be 50-50-50 once I use my buff, the called arms, but basically what I did here is I made it so I kind of split my stats a bit. I put 1 point in Skeleton Warrior, I put 18 in Skeleton Mastery, put 18 in Skeleton Mage, 18 in Skeleton Archer, and 1 in Revive. 1 in Iron Golem, just so when you swap back and forth, you don't lose your Iron Golem, because it will straight up just disappear. So using that middle grid is important to have on, because once you take that off, you lose your Golem. So I had to put 1 point in there. You get the Golem Mastery once you put that on, so he becomes extra tanky and survives and kind of like more of like a frontliner, and then 1 point in Blood Warp. The reason I did 18, 18, and 18 here is just because I felt like, you know, I mean, look, I can have level 50 plus skills. That's really high, right? And the 18 and 18 here for hard points still allows you to get 18, or rather 8 of each, right? You get 8 skeleton mages, and you get 8 skeleton archers. You don't actually need, I don't know if people are even aware of this. Seems like, at least when I talked to Necro Chat, not a lot of people understood that you don't even have to you can just have this as a 1 point wonder, and as long as you have the soft points, you can get 8 skeleton warriors, and they're fine. So I think they're a really good 1 point wonder. I'm sure a lot of people know that, but I didn't, at least. So that's cool that you only have to put, you know, investment in those two. These I just got to desecrate, and then here I did. I maxed out my bone armor and my bone spirit, just 1 point in teeth, or rather 2 points in teeth. And yeah, and then just 1 point in bone spear, and then curses I just have amp. For when I want to burn something down that's not dying too fast. So with that being said, I think that's everything I got to show off. I guess I can do my runes, or not my runes, my charms. Basically just all okay. This is an awful torch and awful Annie, and then some all resin stuff to push it all through. Once I switch back gear, I think I have like 55, 60, something like that. I'm not perfectly min-maxed. I could definitely get some better small charms and things like that, but that is what it is. Either way, we're going to go to Prebuff now. So, put that on, boost myself up. Now I got the... There she goes. Now you can see I'm at level 50 for everything, which is juicy. And I can start summoning these guys. So what you want to do is summon 8 archers. You're not going to summon all of them right away. I guess you can't anyways. There's your 8 skeletons, which is at 1 point. Oh, need more. Revives, because I don't really care too much. I already got my golem out. Right. So what I'm going to do is swap back. Get everybody with some more juice. Swap that over. And while you still got that stuff out, get the extra archers. Get yourself 14 archers, right? And you can swap all your gear back. Everything's nice and tanky. And there you go. Prebuffs are done. Takes a minute. But that just is what it is, this build. Iron Conceal, Proc, pretty much just kill everything pretty fast. This is just a whatever. I'll do a juice map. I haven't really done the juice map I have, but you know what? We'll do Throne of Insanity. I made a juice map. I just wanted to showcase how good this build is with density. So we'll showcase that. I should just be able to TP the backs. Everything's kind of casting your spear, shield block, attacks. Pretty tanky. Not the fastest burst. So realizing that my volume was too low, I am doing a little bit extra stuff that I forgot to talk about. Kind of whatever mishmash video, doesn't really matter. This is just to showcase stuff anyways. Either way, you can see here are my stats. I know I didn't show those last time. A little more damage with everything. Not the greatest attack rating. It hits, but we have ignore target defense. It doesn't matter. I got a pretty good amount of defense for, you know, like archer. Decent amount of life. As I said, my all res could definitely use some work. It's definitely not min max, but you know, I'm close enough to where I want to be. And then looking at my other stats, I got 60% projectile pierce, 30% deadly strike, 73% crushing blow, and then I have 45% chance of open wounds with plus 423 damage a second, right? So with all that said, not so bad. Faster cast rate, if I really wanted to min-max stuff, I'd probably try to get it to above 18 just for a little more, you know, ease of use. Same with my faster hit recovery. I don't really need it too much with the bone armor and all my meat shields in front of me, but it's nice. Maybe put on a couple skillers. Outside that, let's take you through and TP into some packs for fun, just because you can actually hear me now. The other one, you definitely couldn't. All right, so what I was trying to say is that it's nice to just TP into packs, super tanky. Pretty easy to use. Try to get some juice going here. There we go, just big back, keep you right in the middle of it. Don't really have to worry about too much, just watch your bone spears annihilate everything. With the build I chose to do, my bone spears do about 7,000 damage on the procs as well, because I think I have level 42 or 40, and I think the difference is like between 7k, and if I maxed out everything else instead of the summons, it'd be about 10k. So I chose to go more of the summon route just to get more, you know, consistent damage. Just because bone spears aren't reliable too much. However, they're great in packs, as I was talking about. You just TP in, you know, right? And that's the fun part of this build. Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about that, so you guys can actually hear me. Looking back on that video, so I have to make another one. Yeah, build's fun. Wish the attack rating was a little bit better on normal attacks, just so I could boss a little bit better. I have absolutely terrible against bosses and like elite mobs. Really rely on your summons. Your auto attacks are not going to hit too much, and you're not going to proc a lot, which kind of sucks. This is strictly like a, you know, mob farming build, not a boss farming build. I guess that's okay because not everything can do everything in the game. Either way, this is just a fun little showcase, hoping to add some depth to the PDT community, and if you want to try this build out, here is what I did. It could definitely be min-max a little bit better. If you wanted to be a better archer and actually have some AR and your auto attacks actually hit, well, you could do it. You would just have to do all of your charms to AR and damage and stuff like that, which is just way more work than I'm willing to do for a character. Even all this summoning back and forth and prebuffing is way more than my normal liking. So yeah, this is the build. Hope you guys like it. I'll be making another one for next season. With every build I do, I try to do something unique and interesting every season. I did a Blizzard Barb the season before, and I actually had a lot of fun with that, using the Nord's Tenderizers. Kind of wish I showcased it. I ended up deleting that character just because I delete my character every season, so I said, you know what, not this season. I'm gonna make sure at least I showcase my build and hopefully add to the community and make it a little bit better. With that being said, peace out guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. See ya.